Welcome to the last episode of my money-making course. The last 2 steps are the most important out of all, where we talk about investments, how to invest and where, but first we have to go through 4 more steps. So let's get right into it. Step 9. You need to feed yourself first. Sometimes, people are too loyal to their company. They see the company's downfall. They see how bad the company is failing, and they still try to keep it up. Keep investing in it, again and again, until eventually they go fully broke because they have tried so hard trying to keep the company up that they have forgotten all about themselves and they go broke. If only they would have run with the last money of that company and invested somewhere else, somewhere way better, where they can at least enjoy some of the profits. Not trying to keep a failing company up. Don't fail together with the company. If the company fails and you take its profit fast and invested somewhere else, you didn't fail. Only the company failed. You can open 50 other businesses. Why try to risk your life on one? Because some people get so demotivated when their company fails that they give up completely and go work at a 9-to-5 job. That's why I'm saying about not risking your life, because you shouldn't care. You should never stop trying even if 100 companies fail. Step 10. It's you and your team. Then the workers below you. Don't make the mistake of working with a company that manages workers or a marketing company below you. Your team and your workers are way easier to control, not a company that you think you're doing something big by working with a company. You may think they will do a way better job because, hey, they are a company. They must do it better, but they will not even do as much of a great job than your team. In some cases, they might even do a terrible job. So what then? What are you going to do? Tell them to work more? Tell them to take you more seriously? They will waste your time, a lot of valuable time that you just would not spend on your team doing twice the work as that fucking company that is so valuable to you, trying to do anything just to make things right with them. They will also waste your money. Lots of valuable money that you could invest in your business, or you could be a good leader and gather your team and your workers to go on a nice dinner, nice restaurant, or go somewhere to chill as they did an amazing job in the last few months. But no, you spend your time and your money trying to get a company to do something for you that you and your team could do a way better job, rather than that company that you can't even control. Step 11. It's really hard to screw up if you don't spend any money. When you don't spend any money, it's really hard to screw up, because you will not fail as hard as spending a lot of money. And of course, I'm saying if you fail. Don't get demotivated by this step. This step is only trying to teach you to work smarter, not screwing up and hating yourself for the rest of your life, because choices have consequences. So for example, if you wanted to sell candle holders and you have finally got the balls to do it, you are really excited and you go and buy a whole stock of them, buy a shop with the money that you have been saving your entire life in those shitty little jars, try to decorate it with your family's money. And so, a week or 2 goes by, you haven't done shit with the marketing. So just 2 or 3 customers come by, and no one is really impressed. 1 month go by and you're fucking broke. The electricity bill comes, the water bill smacks you in your face, taxes completely demolish you, then you have to say goodbye to your candle holders and your little shitty shop. But instead, imagine yourself opening a website, selling those candle holders while not even having them yourself, as I explained in the previous episodes. Because then even if you have no customers, you'll still not go broke, because you didn't go and buy a whole fucking stock of candle holders. You didn't rent or buy a shop. You still have your life savings? Then how could you possibly fail? Step 12. Analyze other businesses. A really important part to stay in the game is to analyze other businesses. Or better way of saying your competition. You need to analyze everything new that is coming, new trends, new methods, anything. Don't stay too long in a trend that you're doing, because there will always be new trends that outshine the old ones. Don't try to beat the new era. Try to join it. If you stay too long in a trend, you will be out of the game. Let's take Blockbuster, for example. My older audience recognized them. They were on top of the game when it came for movies. If you couldn't watch the movie in the cinema, you could have bought a DVD on Blockbuster. That was the only way. But then Netflix came around, then other competition that started streaming movies online. Blockbuster could have used that opportunity to start streaming movies online their own. They were already the most famous company when it came for movies. So if they did that, they would have had a lot of success. But no, they chose to play it cool and keep the old methods still around, trying to beat the new era by investing millions of dollars. But unfortunately, they failed big time. Everyone started watching movies online. If only they would take that opportunity and join the new era, they would still be next to Netflix. But they did not act smart. Netflix completely outshined them. That's what I'm saying to you. To always analyze other businesses, to join the new era. Step 13, always sharpen your tools. Once a good time has passed and you've mastered a program or whatever tools you're using, always go to the better tool. It may be harder and more complicating, but it doesn't matter. If it makes your work look way better, learn it. For example, in 1800s, people in America used to build houses with clay, mud, and grass. They used to live in sod houses, but they didn't constantly stay with sod houses. They started building blocks. They started sharpening their tools. Maybe at first it was slower and harder because they were just starting to add them. But by time passing, it became normal. They advanced to way better tools decades by decades. Look at them now, skyscrapers with glasses. If you showed them this in 1800, they would have said it would take hundreds of years, nearly impossible to build. But now, by consistently sharpening their tools, they make buildings in months, maybe less. So don't get stuck with some shitty old tools, but always upgrade, invest in them, because they are really useful. First by making your work look better, and then by making it faster. Buckle up for these 2 steps, as they are really important. Step 14, reinvest 59% of everything you make. Reinvesting is really important. Basically, you can't become successful without investing. If you're not familiar with the word investment, here's an explanation. Investing is when you spend money with the expectation of achieving a profit in return. This is the subject I'm talking about in this step, because there's a lot other meanings of investments. Your investment can be materialistic. It can be your time, your energy, effort, etc. But the subject we're talking about in this step is about money. If you have a business, you have to consider some percentage of the profit to go into investments. A lot of people have different ideas about how much to invest. Some are too little, some too much. But I've been in this game long enough to see that the best percentage is 59%. 41% goes to you and your team, workers, etc. But you should always be careful in what you invest. Your investments should be smart, sharp, and meaningful. Don't invest in some stupid shit. Always talk with your team, analyze the markets, and when is the best time to invest at a particular week, month, or year. Investing is buying an office for your workers. Of course, I'm saying when you've made a big company with a big name, people will want to come to your shop or your office, whatever your business requires, not at the beginning of the business. As I said on the previous steps 100 times, investing is spending money on marketing, boosting your posts, or making deals with influencers or other companies about promoting your products. Investing is buying new tools, like new programs, new computers, or whatever tools your business requires. Some people mistake the idea of buying nice clothes, a nice car, and all those personal stuff, thinking it is egoistic, but it really isn't. In fact, it really is an investment. Just think about this. Imagine you have a meeting with a company about a partnership, and you pull up late because you came with some shitty car and it broke on the way there, with some shitty clothes. Even if you're really smart and do your work properly, do you think they will take you seriously? Or even worse, not even the bank will accept giving you money if you want a debt. So just to clarify, buying a nice car and some nice clothes is an investment if used properly. Step 15, diversify the investments. So we've talked about what is an investment and where to invest, but don't make the mistake of investing in only one place. That is a terrible mistake that a lot of people do. That is the reason they fail. Investing in only one place has a way higher chance to fail. If you have investments on different assets, even if one fails, the other has success. For example, let's say you want to invest and buy a stock of apples. You buy lots of apples every month, and that is your only investment. But after a while, people start hating apples. No one's eating them anymore, and they fail big time. What do you think will happen? You're failing right along with them. But if you're smart and bought some peaches, some bananas, some cherries, then maybe one will totally explode and become a trend. Even if apples failed, you have peaches that became a trend. Or not even a trend, just well bought and keeps you consistent customers. You have finished the hardest hitting course in the industry ever. If you watched every video carefully and wrote every step down, and if you try your very best, I mean the get rich or die trying type of best, then you can't fail.